In 1953, two scientists in Cambridge, England, James Watson and Francis Crick, built a model of the DNA molecule. It was a double helix, two long strands twisted around each other like a spiral staircase. That model showed, for the first time, how genetic information could be stored and copied. It was one of the most important scientific discoveries of the 20th century. DNA is the instruction manual for life. Every living thing, every bacterium, plant, animal, and human being carries DNA in nearly every cell of its body. The DNA contains the instructions for building and running that organism. These instructions are written in a chemical alphabet of just 4 letters, repeated billions of times in different combinations. In 2003, scientists completed the Human Genome Project. For the first time, they had read out the entire sequence of the human genome, all 3 billion letters of it. It took 13 years and cost about $3 billion. Today, the same task takes a few hours and costs a few $100s. The speed of progress in this field has been extraordinary. One of the most exciting recent developments is a technology called CRISPR. It is a tool that allows scientists to edit DNA with great precision, to cut out a specific section, replace it, or alter it. Think of it like a find and replace function for the genetic code. CRISPR has already been used in medical research to correct genetic errors that cause diseases. In some early trials, people with inherited blood disorders have been cured by having their own cells edited and returned to their bodies. The possibilities are enormous. Many diseases that were previously untreatable may become curable, but the technology also raises serious ethical questions. If we can edit genes to eliminate diseases, can we also edit genes to change other traits? Height, intelligence, physical appearance. Should we? Who decides? And what are the risks of making changes to the human genome that could be passed on to future generations? These questions are not hypothetical. They are being debated right now by scientists, ethicists, governments, and the public. The answers we arrive at will shape the future of medicine and perhaps the future of what it means to be human.